If you know someone who uses a wheelchair or needs help with mobility, please raise your hands. Now take a look around this room. 1 in 10 Canadians suffer from mobility issues, and 1% of the world's population, which is 75 million people, require a wheelchair on a daily basis. One of these 75 million people was my grandmother. The biggest problem she faced, and every wheelchair user faces, is using the restroom. For this simple task, we had to lift her from the bed to the wheelchair, then from the wheelchair to the toilet, and then back again. If she had to use the restroom 10 times, we would have to lift her 40 times. Not only is this risky for both her and the caretaker involved, it also created a sense of shame and dependency in her. It almost pushed her into depression. I looked at alternative devices on the market, like medical cranes. They are expensive and don't actually solve the problem at hand. Why do we need to lift a patient at all? So I decided to build my own device, a bed wheelchair. Here's how it works. The wheelchair is a part of the bed. So the patient lying on the bed is seated and the wheelchair slides out like a drawer in a cabinet. It can be controlled using the joystick. The armrest and backrest can be pulled up, and this becomes any normal wheelchair the patient can use. To use the restroom, there's a hole in the seat which can be removed, and the wheelchair, being hollow, slides over the toilet. After use, the removable part is reinserted, the armrest and backrest are pushed down, the wheelchair once again slides in to become a part of the bed. You may notice that in this entire procedure, the patient is not lifted even once. You may realize that they can navigate this entire process by themselves without the help of a caretaker. This design was in fact so successful, I patented it and then shared it with the many, many patients who requested that I build it for them. It has successfully served my grandmother well for the last 7 years, until now. Last month, she was hospitalized, and these same problems repeated themselves. She was not able to use the restroom and lost her freedom one more time. And this is where the biggest need for this wheelchair is, in hospitals and old age homes. So this is what I am going to do next. I'm going to integrate this wheelchair with a hospital bed so that nurses and clinicians can perform all the complex functions required of the bed, such as lifting the patient upright, hanging an IV line, and so on. While at the same time, a patient can maneuver themselves to use the restroom independently of a nurse's schedule. This wheelchair has already saved one life, my grandmother's, and I'll make sure that it helps millions more. Thank you.